number of oscillations per second. Heart pumps the blood to the different body organs.
Both statements aren't true, it is always true. Hi Swarus, good afternoon to all. This is K.Ramya IXth from Chityal, Warangal district. How are you Swarus? I hope that you are very fine. We are very fine in every time because of our Secretary Sir. We Swarus have been given a chance to speak in front of you. As Swarus, let us start our session. I think Swarus, now you are sitting in TV hall? Yes, now you are sitting in TV hall. Our TV hall may have walls. By which material do we use to construct these walls? Yes, by bricks, sand, cement. But mainly we use bricks. By bricks, walls are constructed. Then, what about our body? I think that our body is also made up of bricks. Is it correct? No, then what will we use? That means our body is constructed by a microscopic structure. That microscopic structure we call it as cells. Our body is constructed by cells. In our body, number of cells are present. We have already learned about cell and the structure and discovery of the cell. Now, let us learn more about a cell. More about a cell. The study of cell and cell organelles is called a cytology. The study of cell and cell organelles is called a cytology. As far as by cells our body is constructed. Now let us learn more about a cell. Cell, its structure. Cell, its structure and functions. Cell, its structure and function. What is a cell and what is the structure of cell and what is the function of cell? Means a cell is a structural and functional unit in all living organisms. A cell is a structural and functional unit in all living organisms. A cell may have particular structure and particular function to do. As far as in our body, number of cells are present, or all the cells may have same structure. For example, you look here. This is the cheek cell and this is the nerve cell. This both cells or belongs to animal cell, but its structure is different. That means all the cells may not have same structure. All the cells may not have same structure as cell. Cell was discovered by Robert Hooke in the year of 1663. In the year of 1663, Robert Hooke was discovered the cell. Who discovered the cell? Robert Hooke was discovered the cell. Robert Hooke was discovered the cell in the year of 1663. In the year of 1663, Robert Hooke was discovered the cell. Cell means it's like a small chamber. It's like a small room. As far as just observe your body, just observe your hands. we observe that our body is covered by a layer. That layer we call it as, what is it? It is called a skin. Our body is covered by a layer. That layer we call it as a skin. Like that, cell also covered by a layer. That layer we call it as a cell membrane. You look here. Surrounded by cell, a membrane is present. This membrane we call it as a cell membrane. Now we are going to learn about cell membrane. Surrounded by cell, a membrane is present. That membrane we call it as a cell membrane. This cell membrane is made up of lipoproteins and phospholipids. This cell membrane is made up of lipoproteins and phospholipids. This cell membrane is made up of lipoproteins and phospholipids. These cell membrane give defined shape and size to the cell. Without this cell membrane, we cannot find any structure. So, Aros, do you find any structure? No, we cannot find any structure without this cell membrane. This cell membrane give defined shape and size to the cell. And also this cell membrane separates cytoplasm from external environment. It separates each other. Hence, this cell membrane is also called it as a plasma membrane. What is it? Plasma membrane. This cell membrane is a cell surrounded by cell. A membrane is present. That membrane we call it as a cell membrane. This cell membrane give defined shape and size to the cell. Now, if you want to see cell membrane, we have one activity. If we take an onion peel and keep it on the slide, when we keep that slide under the microscope, we see this structure. When we see onion peel under the microscope, we see this structure. This is the real structure of onion peel when we observe under the microscope. This is the real structure of onion peel when we observe under the microscope. Now we discuss the function of cell membrane. The function of cell membrane is it acts as like a soldier. It acts as like a human being. What? How is it possible? A layer, a cell membrane, it acts like a soldier. It acts like a human being. How is it possible? Swaros, are you thinking like this? Just wait, I am clarifying your doubt. Do you know soldiers? Yes. Where do they live? They live in the border of India. What is their work in the border? They protect our Indians. They protect our India from terrorists. I think they may give permission to the terrorists to enter our body. Is it correct? They may give permission? No, they may not give permission to the terrorists to enter our border because they are helpful to us. Is it correct? No, they are harmful to us. So, that's why soldiers may not give permission to the terrorist. Soldiers may not give permission to the terrorist. Like that, in the same way, this cell membrane also protect the cell from harmful substance which may want to harm the cell. This cell membrane also protect the cell from harmful substance which may want to harm the cell. And also, this cell membrane select certain materials and permit the materials. This cell membrane select and permit the materials which is exchanging through this membrane. This cell membrane select and permit the materials. Hence, this cell membrane is also called it as a selectively permeable membrane. What is it? Selectively permeable membrane. Now, what is the function of cell membrane? What is it? Yes, selection and permeability. Selection and permeability. This is the function of cell membrane. Selection and permeability. Yes, Farooz, do you know plant cell? Yes, cells are mainly two types. First one is animal cell and second one is plant cell. This is animal cell and this is plant cell. When we compare this animal cell with plant cell, in plant cell there is an extra layer will be present. You look here. This is animal cell. In this animal cell only one layer is present. This layer we call it as a cell membrane. But in plant cell, you look here. This is one layer and this is one layer. In plant cell there is two layers are present. This thick layer we call it as a cell wall and this thin layer we call it as a cell membrane. In plant cell, what will be present? Cell wall is present in plant cell. Cell wall is present only in plant cell. It is absent in animal cell. It is the main difference between the animal cell and plant cell. It is the main difference between the animal cell and plant cell. So, Aros, do you know what is the differences between animal cell and plant cell? Yes, what are they? First one is cell wall. Second one is big vacuoles. Third one is chloroplast. These three are the differences between the animal cell and plant cells. Okay, now we discuss cell wall. Cell wall. Cell wall is only present in plant cell. It is absent in animal cell. This cell wall is made up of cellulose. The cell wall is made up of cellulose. Cell wall is made up of cellulose. This cell wall is tightly fixed to the cell membrane, but it is a flexible layer. It is tightly fixed to the cell membrane, but it is a flexible layer. This cell wall continuously exchange information with other cells. It continuously exchange information with other cells when the growth and development. When the cell growth, when the cell develop, in the time the cell wall continuously exchange information with other cells. Now we discuss the function of cell wall. The function of cell wall is provide protection to the cell. Provide protection to the cell. It will provide protection to the cell from mechanical forces. It will give mechanical support to the cell. Cell wall give mechanical support to the cell. As far as I told that when we observe onion peel under the microscope, we saw this structure. This is called a cell wall and this is called a cell membrane. Then what about this dot-like structure? What is it? Means now we are going to learn about this dot-like structure which is present at the center point of the cell. You look here. What is present at the center point of the cell? What is this? This is called a nucleus. Now we are going to learn about nucleus. Now we are going to learn about nucleus. Nucleus was present at the center point of the cell, but in some cells it besides the center. This nucleus was discovered by Robert Brown in the year of 1831. This nucleus was discovered by Robert Brown in the year of 1831. In the year of 1831, Robert Brown was discovered the nucleus. I tell that our body is covered by a layer that layer we call it as, what is it? Skin. Like that, cell also covered by a layer that we call it as a cell membrane. Like that, nucleus also covered by a layer, that layer we call it as a nuclear membrane. What is it, Swallows? Nuclear membrane. Nuclear membrane, surrounded by nucleus, a membrane is present. That membrane we call it as a nuclear membrane. In our body, number of cells is present, or all these cells may have nuclear membrane? No, some cells may not have nuclear membrane. That cells we call it as a prokaryotic cells. What are they? Prokaryotic cells. Do you know, Saros, what is the examples of prokaryotic cells? Do you know bacteria? Yes, bacteria, blue-green algae, amoeba, these are the examples of prokaryotic cells. Which cells may not contain nuclear membrane, that cells we call it as a prokaryotic. Then, which cells may contain nuclear membrane, that cells we call it as, what are they? They are eukaryotic cells. Which cells may contain nuclear membrane, that cells we call it as the eukaryotic cells. Do you know what are the examples of eukaryotic? Animals, human beings, plants, these are the examples of eukaryotic cells. I understand clearly what is the differences between the prokaryotic and eukaryotic? Yes. In this nuclear membrane, a liquid substance is present. That liquid substance we call it as a nucleoplasm. You look here, Swaros. This is nuclear membrane. This white color substance we call it as, it is a liquid substance. This substance we call it as a nucleoplasm. What is it? Nucleoplasm. Nucleoplasm. And also in this nucleoplasm, nucleolus are present. This is nucleolus. In this nucleoplasm, nucleolus are also present. This is called nucleolus. As what are they? Nucleolus. Why these nucleolus are present in nucleus? What is the function of this nucleolus in nucleus? What is the work of this nucleolus? Means this nucleolus controls the nucleus. This nucleolus controls the nucleus. And also these nucleolus produce ribosome subunit. These nucleolus produce ribosome subunits. You look here, Saros. This is nuclear membrane and this white color substance is nucleoplasm and this is nucleolus. Then what about this? What is this? This is called chromosomes. In cells, a colored substance is present. That colored substance we call it as chromosomes. What are they? Chromosomes. Actually, chromosomes are present in the cell, but in the form of chromatin fiber, chromosomes are present in cell. In the form of chromatin fiber, chromosomes are present in cells. When the cell division is occur, when the cell is divided, in that time this chromatin fiber is converted to chromosomes. This chromatin fiber is converted to chromosomes, a colored substance. In this chromatin fiber, circular DNA is present. In this chromatin fiber, DNA is present. In this DNA, genetic information will present. In this DNA, it consists genetic information. Due to the presence of this DNA in cells, Sleden, do you know Sleden? He is the one of the proponents of cell theory. Sleden said that new cells were created by nucleus. New cells were pre-existing by nucleus. Hence, this nucleus he call it as a cytoblast. Hence, this nucleus he call it as a cytoblast. Okay, now we discuss the function of nucleus. The function of nucleus. The function of nucleus is, for that we take an example. Swallows, you look here. What is this? This is called a remote. Where it will be used? It will be used in our house to operate a television. Swallows, you are seeing now Mana TV? Yes, you are seeing now Mana TV. But you think that now you are watching Ma channel. Are you know that Ma channel? Now you are watching Ma channel. In that very interesting program, what is interested to you? I think that you are interested at Milo Evaru Kotishwadu. Do you know that? Yes. You think that now you are watching Ma channel. In that now you are watching Milo Evaru Kotishwadu. I think it is very interesting program. Yes. We are watching very interestingly. Wow, what is happening next and what is going on? What is the next question? He won or not? Like that, very interestingly, we are watching. And the time Nagarjuna said a small break. Then what will we do? First, we feel angry towards Nagarjuna and next, actually, we change the channel to another channel. By which help we can change the channel? By the help of remote, we can change the channel. That means remote control whole the television. Television is controlled by remote. Like that, nucleus also control whole cell functions which is occur in cell. Nucleus also control whole cell functions. Okay, the function of nucleus is control whole the cell. It control whole the cell. Control whole the cell. As for the function of nucleus, we take another example. Suppose you think now you are watching beside a road. If you are walking beside a road, then you think that there will be a snake in front of you. Then what will we do? I think that you stand steadily in that place. Are you stand steadily in that place? No. Then what will we do? We want to try far from the snake. We want to run far from the snake. By which organ we can saw snake? By the help of eyes, we can saw snake. Then how our legs are walking? Then how our legs are moving far from that snake? What is the connection between two these? What is it? Means, what is it? Brain. If we saw anything with our eyes, whatever that is, in that time, our eyes give information to the brain. Then our brain instruct to the organs which are help in that time. Now here what are help to us? Legs are helpful to us. So our brain give instruction to the legs. Then our legs can able to walk. Then our legs enable to run far from the snake. That means brain control whole our body. Our body is controlled by brain. Like that, nucleus also control whole cell functions which is occur in the cell. Nucleus control whole cell functions. Hence, this nucleus is also called it as a cell brain. What is it? Cell brain or brain of the cell. This nucleus is also called it as a cell brain or brain of the cell. As far as for this nucleus, there is another key function is there. That key function is a heredity. What is it? Heredity. Heredity. Heredity means it carry characters one generation to another generation. It carry characters one generation to another generation. For example, do you know Saros? My nose is same as like my father. How is it possible? How is it happen? Means due to the heredity it will be happen. Due to the heredity It carry characters my father generation to my generation. So that's why my nose is same as like my father. And you understand clearly about what is the function of nucleus? As what is the function of nucleus? Control, hold the cell like remote and brain, and it also another function, that is heredity. Okay, this is about nucleus. This nucleus is a present center point of the cell. This nucleus is present at the center point of the cell. Surrounded by this nucleus, a liquid substance is present. That liquid substance we call it as a cytoplasm. You look here, this pink color substance we call it as a cytoplasm. This cytoplasm is present in cell. It is a liquid substance. Cytoplasm. It is a liquid substance. It is present in the cell. In this cytoplasm, 80 to 90% water is present. In this cytoplasm, 80 to 90% water is present. How much percentage? 80 to 90% water is present in this cytoplasm. And also in this cytoplasm, many specialized cell organelles. In this cytoplasm, many specialized cell organelles are present in this cytoplasm. What are they? Do you know? Now let us see which specialized cell organelles are present in the cytoplasm. First one is endoplasmic reticulum. What is it? Endoplasmic reticulum. Second one is mitochondria. Second one is mitochondria. Third one is Golgi apparatus. What is it? Golgi apparatus or Golgi body or Golgi complex. This Golgi apparatus we call it as Golgi apparatus, Golgi body or Golgi complex. And fourth one is ribosomes. Fifth one is lysosomes. Sixth one is vacuoles. These are the many specialized cell organelles which is present in cell. What are they? Now once again we see. First one is endoplasmic reticulum. Second one is mitochondria. Third one is Golgi apparatus. Fourth one is ribosomes. Fifth one is lysosomes. Sixth one is vacuoles. These are the many specialized cell organelles which is present in cell. As all cells may have all these cell organelles may have same structure, same function. For example, if you take in our school, a number of teachers are present. All the teachers may have same subject. All the teachers may do same work. No, each teacher may have different subject. Each teacher may have different work to do. Like that, in these organelles also, in these cell organelles also, each cell organelle may have different function. Each cell organelle may have different structure. Now, in this session, let us see two cell organelles. What is the structure of that organelle and what is the function of that organelle? What is the first one here? Endoplasmic reticulum. Now, let us see endoplasmic reticulum. The endoplasmic reticulum. Endoplasmic reticulum. Endoplasmic reticulum. What is endo and what is plasmic and what is reticulum? Why we call it as endoplasmic reticulum? Means endo means inside, plasmic means a liquid substance. Reticulum means a network-like structure. A network-like structure which is present in the cell, which is present nearby